Hi, this is Ken and Wesley Mason. I am the founder and CEO of Kennetic-Fit And Wellness. And for the next few minutes, I am going to speak on Kennetic-Fit And Wellness as it relates to the physical fitness portion of Kennetic-Fit And Wellness. Over the years, actually over the last, since 2014. And for a couple of clients even before pre-Kennetic-Fit And Wellness. We're talking 2012 when I was just kind of getting my feet wet as a personal fitness trainer. So I've come across many different personalities, many different people, men and women, that come to Kennetic-Fit And Wellness or have come to Kennetic-Fit And Wellness for various reasons. Whether they want to lose weight or gain weight. It really doesn't matter what the purpose is, as long as the commitment steps up to the forefront. Commitment, being committed to your commitment. And being committed to being consistent, being committed to consistency. Because in physical fitness or in any avenue of health, consistency is key for anything and everything that has to do with health. Whether you want to gain 5 or 10 pounds, or if you want to lose 5 or 10 pounds, if you want to gain 5 pounds of muscle, if you want to lose excess weight that you may have been carrying for 10, 20 years, that you finally made a decision that you want to change something about you. You want to change something about you, not only with your physical appearance, but also with your inner appearance. How you look to yourself, how you feel about yourself. What is your esteem level? What is your confidence level? What is your worthiness level? What's your self-worth? Many people have come to Kennetic-Fit And Wellness because they've been stuck within a certain lifestyle for so long. Their bodies are craving change. Their bodies are craving change. The brain and mind may not catch up with the body because the mind has been stuck in a prolonged pattern for, again, possibly a lifetime. Whether the conditions have developed into diabetic conditions, whether the body has developed what we call heart disease, fibromyalgia, cancer, which are the big three: cancer, diabetes, heart disease, or what used to be called hypertension. All of these illnesses are relevant, especially now that we're in a post-COVID era. We're about nearly 3 years into what was the pandemic, and we are beginning to see what the results are from so many people being inoculated. And we see what some of the results are for many people. But for overall health, there's been so many theories on how to lose weight, on how to gain weight. We see so many commercials over the years, whether it be for Weight Watchers or Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, Lindora, Lean Cuisine, which is a branch of Weight Watchers. There's so many different gimmicks. Slim Fast, that's another one. There's so many gimmicks out there. So many, quote, diets that have been put on the table for the last 2 decades. From the Atkins diet to the low-fat diet, the low-carb diet, you name it. We've heard all of them: low fat, low carb diet, and all of these fad diets. And now we have what we call paleo diet. All these different labels for health, because all these gimmicks, all they do is create a social buzz, and for a time they might make the individual or company tons of money. I mean, the weight loss industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry because there are so many people or individuals or trainers that believe that they have the answer. Because you see many trainers that believe they have the answer. Many dietitians believe that they have the answer. Many nutritionists believe that they have the answer. We've been on this planet, I've said it time and time and time again, that we've been on this planet too long to be so far behind the 8 ball when it comes to our health. I mean, most of us are told to eat 3 meals a day on average, but we only eliminate 1 time per day. And we don't think about these equations on a daily basis. I mean, the average food intake for the average person here in America is 3 meals per day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For most people, it's working this diet habit between the 8-hour work shift, because it's no secret that most people do work the 8-hour 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 shift, come home in the evening and eat the biggest meal of their day because they've gone all day without eating, or they've been snacking on junk food. So dieting is not the answer. Dieting has never been the answer. Or going on a diet, which is what the lingo has been. I'm going on a diet. But the average diet typically doesn't work because there are certain principles that aren't adhered to during the dietary process. I mean, if you're going to change your diet or go on a diet, the first thing you need to acknowledge is that first there's something that you do want to change, and also, what do you want your results to be? What do you want your results to be? How do you want to feel? How do you want to look? How do you want others to see you? How do you want to see yourself? All of these questions are questions that linger in the minds of potential clients, or at least that's been my experience over nearly 10 years now of having Kennetic-Fit And Wellness. And after 2 decades of being in the natural health field. Since 2002, I've observed, or I've been very observant of not only people and their ways and habits, but I've been very observant of myself and how I relate to other people's habits and how I fit into those equations. Because all of us are creators and co-creators in this experience called life. And for those that want change in their health, then you have to make significant changes. I had to make significant changes over the course of time. I've had to make changes. I've had to observe myself. I've had to evaluate my position and where I am as a trainer, but still as a human being as well, because I go through things as well, just like all other 7 billion people on this planet. I've had my ups and downs as well, but the ups and downs are none too big that I know I can conquer, or having the belief that I can conquer. because I know, or I've developed the knowingness that I control me, and I control my health, and I control my dietary habits. And all of us have the wherewithal to take control of our health. I mean, many people that come here to Kennetic-Fit and Wellness, not only are you going to be physically active, but more importantly, you will become mentally active, because nothing will change physically unless there is change psychologically first and foremost. Everything starts in the brain and mind first before any physical changes take place. So for those that choose to come to Kennetic-Fit and Wellness, consider that whatever platform you're viewing this video, you've perhaps taken a look at so many trainers and small businesses just here in Southern California alone. I mean, Los Angeles is one of the fitness capitals here in America. I mean, hey, they have Muscle Beach here in Southern California, right here in Venice Beach. So here, health, or being healthy, Los Angeles has always been a health conscious territory for a number of reasons. But for those that really want permanent change in their health conditions or their illness conditions and wanting to turn them into health conditions, the first thing you have to do is learn some basics about how your physiology works. Just some basics. What food does to the body. What preservatives do to the body. How preservatives affect the brain. How sugar affects the brain. How salt affects the brain and the joints. How artificial or synthetic or processed sugar affects your vital organs. How salt affects your vital organs. Table salt. All of these things are relevant. And the more we at least consider something new being brought to the table by Kennetic-Fit and Wellness, by me, giving information, possibly new information, because many of us, including myself once upon a time, was eating the standard American diet. And looking back now, I noticed that I did have symptoms according to my dietary habits. From sugar and candy, being in my adolescent years on into my early 20s, drinking soda, and, I was indulging in a lot of unhealthy habits. But once I got into natural health, I learned that it's okay to indulge in certain things at certain times. There's a time and a place for everything. But for those that wish to be healthy, or for those that wish to rid themselves of their conditions that they may have had for, again, 10, 20, 30 years, some people have had their illnesses for a lifetime. Some people are in their 40s and 50s, and they've had their illness conditions for half the time that they've been on the planet. That type of lifestyle is or that type of dietary lifestyle has never been the norm for us as human beings, or that's not the standard for us as human beings. The standard is for us to be vibrant and healthy all of our lives. Most of us, the majority of us, come into this world in health versus coming into this world in illness or sickness. And so coming here to Kennetic-Fit and Wellness will be eye-opening for many, and inspiring, because you will be in a learning process. Health is about learning and becoming self-aware. Once you become self-aware, all things fall into place. All things fall into place. And just as an example of how you can benefit from Kennetic-Fit and Wellness, how you can benefit from personal fitness training, how you can benefit from physical activity. One thing about Kennetic-Fit and Wellness is that Kennetic-Fit and Wellness is for anyone and everyone that desires change, or has a burning desire to change something, no matter how long it takes, because time is on your side. Time is on my side. We just have to have the belief, or develop the belief, that we can get well, that we can get better, and have the knowingness that you will be better. Once you develop the belief, then you will by default develop the knowingness that the human body cannot be denied. Once the knowingness is developed, there's nothing that can hinder your progress. And it doesn't matter how slow or how fast the progress develops over time. None of that matters as long as there's consistency. Because that's the key, consistency. When consistency is at the forefront and commitment is at the forefront, then the end results will be inevitable. As long as you stick to the plan, and as long as you stick to your commitment. Because this is not for me, this is for you. This is for you, so you can be better. For you. If you have children, you can be better for your children. But first and foremost, you want to be better for you, because when you're better, then you can be better for everyone else. Most of us do the total opposite. We take care of everyone else and neglect ourselves. And then we get further and further and further behind. And then our illnesses, they call them pre-existing conditions. Having one condition and then compounding it with another illness, and then compounding that with another illness, because self-awareness has been neglected. Self-awareness. Once you have self-awareness of what's going on with you after taking an assessment, an inventory, self-assessment, self-observation of you and where you are now versus where you would like to be. Once that's acknowledged, you're on the start to carving out a brand new path or life path for yourself that will take you in a better direction of success. Success. And success feels good. Success feels good. And they can be little successes. Losing 5 pounds is a success. Losing 1 pound is a success. Just one. You start with one and you work from there. You always got to start with one. And you progress from there with belief and knowingness that you will progress and that you can. All of us have all of the wherewithal. All of us came to this planet with all the organs that we need, all of the glands that are necessary, all the muscles that are needed, all of our bones that are necessary, so we can function like the divine human beings that we are. And it doesn't have to be anything difficult. Being healthy doesn't have to be difficult. I've said it over and over again. Health does not have to be difficult. So for those that are ready to take themselves to the next level of health, and by default, the next level of life. Because once you learn, you are by default raising your level of consciousness. By default, just by learning some basics about you. Just by learning some basics about you. And in return, you will be a better person. You will start feeling good and better about you. Which is the first and foremost result that we should want to have, is for us to feel just a little bit better. Every day, just feel just a little bit better about you. Feeling better about you and feeling good about the journey that you're on. Will it be some difficult times? Yeah, absolutely. There's no sugarcoating that. It's inevitable that you will have days that you'll feel like, I don't want to do this anymore. Especially in the beginning. Which is the hardest part, getting past the first 30 days. For some people, the hardest part may be getting past the first week. For other people, it might be just getting past the first day. Because that's an accomplishment. That is a success. And once we acknowledge that as a success, again, day by day, the more you build your small successes, it will transmute into a bigger success. Or bigger successes for you. Challenges will be overcome. They have to. It's inevitable. Once you make change and do something different, different results will occur. It's inevitable. So again, for those that are ready to make significant changes, for those that are ready to put in their share of work, and for those that have a burning desire for change, for those that are ready to do something different, for those that are ready to be inspired to do something different, for those that are ready to make a better lifestyle for themselves in such the minute ways. It doesn't have to be anything big and extravagant. Subtle change is great because you'll be learning more in the process. Or during the process, because every day is a learning process. And when you go through certain channels within Kennetic-Fit And Wellness, in this case, personal fitness training, you're going to have your results. One way or the other, you're going to have your results. When you change the thinking habits, and when you change your food intake habits, the body will change. It's inevitable. The body will change. Depending on how significant you make the changes, that will determine how significant your body changes. All of it is up to you. Your changes will be equivalent to what you put in. What you get out of it will be equivalent to what you put in. What you put into it, that's what you will get out. Equivalent. The equivalent. It's reciprocal. It's what we call being cause and effect. It's cause and effect. Everything in this world, in this dimension, is cause and effect. And you want to be at cause over all of your situations. You want to be at cause. You want to initiate change. And then the effect will be the change itself because you caused it. You created it. You are a creator by nature. You can create health the same way you create illness. The same way we create optimal health, we can create optimal health the same way we create ill health or illness. Illness. We create illness by way of our habits or by way of influence. But with proper influence or with the correct influence, you will get the correct information so you can make the correct adjustments for yourself. Change is a great thing. And one of the main ingredients is to master the teachability index. What is your willingness to learn, and what is your willingness to accept and embrace change? What is your willingness to learn, and what is your willingness to accept and embrace change? Teachability index. What are you willing to give up for your accomplishment? What are you willing to give up? What foods are you willing to give up? What lifestyle, what parts of your lifestyle are you willing to give up? Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Every day is the best day to make change. There is no such thing as waiting for the right circumstances or the perfect circumstances. There's no such thing as that. Waiting for the perfect circumstances can mean waiting for opportunity, and then when it shows up, you miss it because you were waiting for perfect circumstances instead of creating, because we're creators, creating your own circumstances by taking initiative. So for those that are ready to take that initiative, for those that are have a burning desire for change, for those that are ready to make themselves better, I can't wait to hear from you.